So you got your new car. Turn on a radio and it's just not what you were expecting. Maybe it works and just sounds like crap. Or maybe it doesn't work at all. Where do you start? How do you sort that out? Let's talk about it. Now, depending on the car that you've chosen, you're going to have a lot of different options and a lot of different things that'll be necessary to make a stereo system upgrade work in that vehicle. For example, if you're picking an older vehicle, something from the 70s, 80s, or 90s, you're going to be limited to possibly a single DIN or a small, thin head unit style. Or you may have a hole that's what we call a DIN and a half, where you have a normal size head unit plus a little chunk above that or below it. And for that, you're going to have several options there as well. You can get different kits where you can use those kits to make a single DIN head unit fit into a DIN and a half hole. Those little kits you can pick up over at Crutchfield.com. Or you can buy them sometimes at your local car audio supply stores, but Crutchfield will be my recommendation. Another option will be a situation where you have what we call a double DIN. And that's what looks more like a modern stereo. It's about 6 inches tall, 5-6 inches tall, and a little bit wider than it is tall. Kind of a rectangle, a big rectangle. That's a double DIN size unit. Usually comes with like a 6 or 7 inch diagonal screen. And you can pick those up, the units themselves, either from the generic Android style units, which are really inexpensive off of Amazon or Crutchfield, or you could pick up higher end stuff from like Pioneer, Sony, Kenwood, so forth and so on, which will give you a much better result at a much higher premium. And of course, this is just the beginning. If you're working with a car that's within the last, like 2000, say 5 or up to current, there's a good chance that you're going to have other things implemented inside your stereo system. For example, you may have temperature controls and seat controls and vent controls and other controls that are built into your stereo. In that situation, there's a couple of options as well. One, you can delete those controls and just not have them. Two, you can buy a very expensive stereo system that has those controls built into it. Or three, you can buy a stereo system that you like and buy the extra equipment that it takes to move or to incorporate those controls into that stereo system. So all of these options are pricey. So keep that in mind. Most times, the best option is going to be to keep your existing factory stereo system on a fairly current vehicle. In that case, you're going to need to be able to pick up a signal to send to an amplifier to upgrade that stereo system. For that, you're going to need something called a line output converter, or you could use several different types of equipment that have the line output converter functionality. One of those is a digital signal processor. Another option is an amplifier that can take a signal level input into the amplifier. And for those, I usually push people toward the Kicker, as Stillwater Designs and Kicker have built a whole lot of amplifiers that can take a signal from a speaker level output into the amplifier and then give you that power and control that you're looking for in your stereo system. But to start with, the best thing you can do is head over to Crutchfield.com. You can put in the type vehicle that you have, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, whatever it is, the year, model, and the make, say a 1990 Chevy Cobalt, or a 1985 Toyota Camry, and it will bring up a list of all the factory sizes and equipment that will fit in that vehicle. So you don't have to take the door panels apart to find out what size speakers actually fit in there. Also, Crutchfield will give you a guide to show you how to disassemble those panels. And you can get that as well. And they'll recommend if there's a speaker that requires an adapter to make that speaker work. For example, you have a 6x9 in your door, but it's not exactly a 6x9. It's some weird factory shape that isn't quite right. Well, Crutchfield will also have the ability to sell you the equipment you need to make a normal 6x9 work in that spot, or a 6.5, or maybe an 8, or whatever the case may be. They'll show you the equipment and sell you the adapters to make that work. It's a great source for upgrading a factory system to a mildly upgraded system. Now, once you've figured out what adapters you're going to need and what size equipment you're going to need, say you're going to need 2 6.5s for the front, maybe 2 6.5s for the rear, and you want to make the fronts components, so you have tweeters separately from the 6.5s, you can buy those at Crutchfield. That is a good choice. However, Crutchfield tends to be a higher price than most other places. So you may be able to find a driver that will fit in that location at a much lower price than other locations. And I would recommend Big Jeff, especially if you're wanting to do something with some high power, if you're wanting to really put a serious system together. Big Jeff Audio is where you want to go. The prices there are better from what I've seen than Down for Sound or anybody else out there. His prices are always very competitive with everybody else, if not better. And the shipping is also good. The customer service is fantastic. You get my meaning. I've been shopping at Big Jeff for a while. And I got a link down below with a coupon code that'll give you a discount if you go there. Now, if you're interested in doing something like I've done with the front doors in my Tahoe, and adding a lot more speakers than what the factory has a location for, you can head over to customspeakerpods.com. Also a link in the video down below with a coupon code. And you can pick up some pods like this where you can modify your door panels to be able to accept different size drivers than what were originally there. And of course, if you discover that you want way, way, way more power than what your factory's electrical system can provide, well, you need to talk to Brandon over at Truck Thunder Lithium. Get you a nice lithium battery set up back here to give your amp the power it's looking for. Real power, trusted equipment, and very well tested and well designed. This is what you want. This is the guy you're looking for. And of course, there is a coupon code and the information down below that'll get you a discount. Am I promoting these guys? Yes. The reason that I'm affiliated with these companies that I have listed is because they do amazing work. They've been great customer service, the product, delivery, everything about these companies has been spot on perfect, which is why I do business with them. It's also why I sought them out to be able to become an affiliate for them. It's because I want to represent a company that I believe in. Not because there's some company that wants to pay me to do commercials, but because I feel strongly about the equipment and the services that they provide, and I want to share that with the world. That's why. So as much as I would like to be able to answer all the questions that you have right now in this video, that's simply impossible. There's way too many avenues that you can go down in a car audio environment. You could be wanting to do a factory stereo upgrade just so you have Bluetooth. Or you might be able to want to do a factory stereo upgrade so you have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Or you may be wanting to build something crazy like what I have right here. All of these roads are completely different. And it would take hours to try to explain them all to you. However, first of all, I have given you all the tools that you need to make those decisions right off the bat in this video. Second, I've got hundreds of videos on this channel which break down all these avenues in minutia. So you can feel free to view any of those and get the direct information that you're looking for. First thing you want to do is hit the subscribe button on my videos. Right down below, go ahead and subscribe. And hit that little bell so that you're alerted whenever I upload a new video. You're going to learn and you're going to participate in a whole lot of knowledge being gained, a whole lot of ways to save money doing this. Working on a tight budget is what I do, what I specialize in. I tell you about and I demonstrate and I review a lot of really nice equipment, but I also talk about a lot of stuff that's way more budget friendly and processes and procedures for doing things that will save you tons of money and net you the same or similar results as spending a lot of money on something that you don't really need. So if car audio interests you the way it interests me, I think you're in the right place. The subscribe button is key though. Hit that button. You're going to enjoy the content you find here. 99% of it is directly car audio related, although we may get a little bit screwy sometimes in some of the live shows that I do. We talk about all kinds of stuff in those, and we have a lot of fun. Great crowd of people. I answer the questions as they come in to the best of my ability, which is sometimes limited, but we do our best. And we have a lot of fun on this channel. So if you're looking for this type of stuff and you're into car audio or you want to get into car audio, well, I'm one of the guys you want to be looking for. You know, I don't know everything about this. In fact, I'm always learning, constantly learning. I learn from my subscribers. I learn from the people that leave comments. I'm not afraid to say that I am ignorant as all get out about a lot of things in car audio, but I'm also willing to admit that and willing to learn. I'm always learning. So come to this channel and subscribe. You can teach me and I can teach you, and all the gang that hang out down below in the comments will be there to support this whole operation. I think you'll enjoy yourself and you'll learn something. Peace.